Three Leicester City players Brendan Rodgers could bring to Manchester United. News has broken over the weekend that will no doubt please Manchester United fans. The Red Devils have had a dismal 2021-22 to date, with it becoming clear to all that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has taken the club as far as he can. The former Cardiff boss did a decent job of steadying the ship at Old Trafford and bringing a positive attitude back to the dressing room. But after heaving investment across the pitch and no trophies or a proper title challenge in nearly 3 years, it has become clear Solskjaer's time at United is likely all but over. Manchester United currently have arguably their best squad since and perhaps even towards the end of the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Yet, under Ole, Manchester United are floundering in the Premier League, out of the League Cup, and are likely to be torn apart in the Champions League once they face a top European side. And whilst Man United's owners have already, arguably, waited too long to axe Solskjaer, there does appear to be some movement behind the scenes at Old Trafford. 101 covered a report from The Sun on Saturday evening which claimed that Leicester's Brendan Rodgers has begun house hunting in Manchester and is the club's no.1 choice to replace Solskjaer. Three Leicester players Brendan Rodgers should bring to Manchester United. The Northern Irishman has done a solid job at Leicester City over the last several years, securing consistent Europa League football and earning the Foxes and FA Cup earlier this year. And, with United's squad, on paper, of a higher quality than Leicester's, it would be interesting to see how far Rodgers could take the Manchester outfit. If he does take the job, Rodgers could potentially opt to target a number of his former Leicester players to bolster United's ranks in the future, and 101 have picked out 3 players he should do so with below. The first and most obvious option Brendan Rodgers should be eyeing is Wilfred Ndidi. Manchester United are in desperate need of a proper, young, defensive midfielder who can sit in front of the back four and break down attacks. And in Ndidi, Manchester United would likely have that. Ndidi would rank 4th in the PL for tackles made in 2020-21, notching 108. He also made the most tackles of any player in the midfield third last season, 49. Elsewhere, the African ranked 4th overall for most interceptions made and is the second best midfielder on that list with 62. And, so far this term, Ndidi has made the 5th most tackles and interceptions of any midfielder in the English top flight. All stats taken from FBref. The second player Brendan Rodgers should look to bring to Manchester United is Youri Tielemans. The Belgian is also a central midfielder, but he is less of a defensive mid than Ndidi and instead operates in more of a box-to-box role. Granted, Manchester United do already have Scott McTominay and Fred who aim to perform a similar role. However, it is pretty clear that Tielemans is of a higher quality than both stars and looks set to be one of the best midfielders in England for the next while. Despite operating in a fair deep role, Tielemans has so far scored 3 and assisted 2 for Leicester this term as well as scoring the FA Cup final winning goals earlier this year. The final player Brendan Rodgers could look to sign from Leicester is Wesley Fofana. Yes, he is currently out injured, but moves for top players generally happen in the summer transfer window anyway, at which point he should be back fit. Fofana is one of the most promising centre-backs in Europe at present and, before his injury versus Villarreal, looked set to be one of the Foxes' starting centre-halves this term. And as Fofana is still only 20, Rodgers would